Flosstube, my name is Griffin, and this is Stitching with the Griffin number 86. I do apologize for saying in the last video it was 83, but at least I got the title right. So it is 86. Didn't have as much time to stitch this week as I wanted to because of work, but I did get some progress done on things. So for those of you who are new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by and checking me out. For those of you who are returning viewers and subscribers, welcome back. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. No matter who you are, and new or returning, I do appreciate the time that you spend with me. It does mean a lot, and I am very, very appreciative of it. I say that in every video, but that's because I mean it. There are a lot of floss tubers out there. There's a lot of things needing attention: work, kids, home, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, movies, TV, you know, the whole thing. And so for you to spend 30 minutes with me or so, even less than that for those of you who don't like, you know, the content I put on the end, I appreciate it. I appreciate everything. If you like, subscribe, ring the bell, all of that, I will love you forever. Well, loveism. Anyway, I will very, very, very much appreciate that as well, but I am not pushing that. I do this because I enjoy sharing my talents, not my talents, my interests with you. I am tongue-tied today. I apologize. But yes, so would monetizing be great? Yes, but, you know, I am not going to let it, I'm not stressing out over it. So you do what you like to do. Come back and see me again if you like, without doing anything. I will appreciate you no matter what. So let us get started. Where did it go? Okay. This past week I worked on the Map of Middle Earth by Ankicoleman Designs. I'm up here on page 1. I'm doing this on either 18 count or 16 count Natural Aida. I don't remember which one. I have 2 projects on Natural Aida. It's in the description box below if you're interested in that sort of thing. I'm using the called for DMC colors. There is no artist listed for Ankicoleman, so I don't have an artist to tell you who did this, who charted it or who created it. But I will show you my progress. I have not finished this. I'm not very close to finishing page 1. This was a restart for those of you who are new. It's a restart, and I restarted it at the beginning of this year. So there it is. Put it on there. Try not to turn anything off. And all I did basically was fill in this little area and a little bit of the border. Not the border, but the edge of the land mass, because this is land here. And then I started, you can barely see the stitches, but I've started the next row. This is very heavy, confetti heavy. Can't talk. There's 9, I want to say there's 90 colors in this, but I could be wrong. I know there's quite a few of them. In fact, let me see. Maybe not 90. Maybe I'm overthinking it. That many? 1, 2 lots. The way Morty says. Morty and Bob. These are all the colors that go in there, and I haven't even bobbinated these yet. So yeah, quite a few colors in there. And I'm doing it 2/1 full cross. Not sure if I said that. I am stitching it in hand. For those of you who are new here, I don't use a hoop that much. I do use one, but not that much. For the my big full coverage, because they're not 14 count, I do not use a hoop. With 14 count, because of the number of threads and how much coverage I want, I need a hoop. I have found that that's important to have. And with that in mind, what did I do with it? Oh. With that in mind, I have a wheel, a decision wheel that I use for those of you who are new, and the wheel spun up poison. So it looks like that. I had it pulled up this time. It looks like that. This is by the Witchy Stitcher. It's called The Difference Between Medicine and Poison, or Medicine and Poison. And I am over here. I have finished the top part. In fact, you won't see it this time. I am taking it off the wheel. I have taken it off the wheel because I will be making this my, pardon the zipper, my Halloween stitch. I started this on Halloween last year, and then at the beginning of the year I put it on the wheel, and this is like only the second time I pulled it up, if not, it may actually be the first. But here I am. Last week it was cut off like right around here, so I added both arms, the rest of the spine, the pelvis, hips, and one of the legs. Now this is not a full leg. That's the knee right there. There's actually a bit more leg and foot down here. But that's what it looks like. This is being done 2/1 full cross on a 14 count black Aida using the Ankicoleman DMC, and I am actually using 4 strands of floss folded over. So it's 8/1, something like that. I'm trying my very best not to have any black show up, but as you can see on some of it, black is still showing up, but not as much as it would if I was just doing a regular 2/1. Now I tried doing 6/1, but it was too bulky, and I couldn't get anything to sit down properly. With this one, I'm trying very hard to make sure that everything lays flat and everything, so it looks pretty, because they're huge stitches. Now I'm sure there are spots in there that go ugh, but for the most part I'm pretty sure for the most part I think I'm doing very good, and that's what counts, right, because I'm doing this for me. So anyway, I've taken it off the wheel, and I started this, as I was saying, as a Halloween stitch last year. My very first seasonal stitch that I did on purpose during the season, and so this year it's going back. In fact, I need to move it off of here, put it down here. It's going to go away until October, and that's not to say that doing it now wouldn't be bad, because I know a lot of people are doing Junetober, but I am not going to. There's plenty of Halloween content out there already, and I will be saving that for October. I will finish that. If I get it finished in time, I will do, I've also taken it off of the wheel. I will do the little mini that I have of Shannon Christine's, that's the Boo Balloon, I think that's what it's called. I'm not quite sure. Let me see if I can pull it up on here, and I will show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. I think it's under images. Not that. Where did you go? There you are. Oh, it's called Ghostly Heights. I had the name completely wrong. Isn't that adorable? That is so cute. Now, I will not be doing this on 14 count Aida, even though I probably could. I believe I will be doing that on something much smaller, but then again, I don't know. It's a thought, but it is cute. So if I get poison done, I call it poison. If I get it done in time, and I will at least start on it and put that back on the rotation, but I'll at least start on it. So for next week, I will be working on Charting Creations, The Magic of Books, using the called for color DMC floss, 2/1 full cross. This one has some confetti in it. I'm over here. I'm on page 4. This was a new start last year. I started it in 2025, and I've been working on it as much as I can. So this is where I will be starting from. I'll give you an idea where I'm at. So the last time that you saw it, I had started filling in the confetti here on the wing, the lower part of the moth's wing. I had all this to do, and then there's a moth right there, the start of one right here. So I am hoping to get the moth finished here, and then get all of these bits here done. I'm not too worried about the moth right now here, though I would like to finish the whole page. But with the way my work schedule's been going, I have been scheduled a few more hours, but I've also been covering for people who are sick. And I hope I didn't just drop my thread needle off. I think I just lost my needle in the chair. Well, okay, I will be looking for that later. Okay, sorry about that. I lost my needle in the chair. Oh, maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Okay, anyway. I will find it, I'm sure. It'll poke me. But the way that my schedule is going and covering for people who are ill, I didn't have as much time this past week, and I may not have that much time this week. We have someone out who has the flu, and so we'll just see how it goes. But that's what I'm planning on doing. Now, let me bring this back up here. I'm going to spin the wheel to see what my side stitch is. I have done some work on my secret stitch. So for those of you who are kind of sort of following along on that, I have added a little bit more to it. I can't really say or show you until it's done, because it is a gift, and the person that it's for does actually watch this channel. So here we go. There's my wheel. Get it to go. Books. Called books. And let's see where it is. Let's see if I can find it in here, because I don't pre-roll these things, so I don't know where my stuff is most of the time. Okay, good deal. Is this it? It looks like it. Pardon the zipper. Haha, it is. Okay. So this is a Janlynn. It says Love Is, but I call it Books because it's a stack of books. And I will be working on that. I will be trying to put some stitches into it. Grab it out of here. And it's a Janlynn kit, so I'm using the fabric and everything else. And hoping that's the, yeah. That's where I'm at. So, yep. That's where I'm at right now. Not too far along. But this will be going over into my stitching area, and I will be working on that as I can. Sorry about that. So those are the two projects I have besides my secret stitch to do this week. I don't know if I told you. Yes, okay. So yeah, I will be stitching that in hand too. Everything but and I do 2/1 full cross, unless it's charted a little differently. That one does have some half stitches in it in some places, so there's that. So those are the two there. That means that unless you're interested in the shout outs that I'm getting ready to do, stitchy time is over. And so if you don't want to stay and see what else I've got, you know, at least my shout outs, then I will say goodbye and I will see you next week. For those of you who want to stay for the shout outs, that's all I have left. Besides one thing that I will tell you about. The first one, I have six shout outs, and these are all people who are new to me. They may not necessarily be new to you, but if they are new to you, at least go check them out and, you know, like one of the videos or something. They are well worth checking out. We've got 5 Oaks Farm Stitching, and she's like Ankicoleman. She's got a farm, so she shows stitching, she shows farm, garden, animals. She's got a lot of content, and I happen to catch her whip parade, which I enjoy watching. Her name is Rachel. Can't read while I'm writing. Yes, her name is Rachel. So that's 5 Oaks Farm Stitching. She's got a great whip parade. I can't watch whip parades much because they enable me. They make, well, not necessarily enable me, they inspire me. They make me want to go get other things. And I am still not a fully reformed monogamous stitcher. 2 at a time is about what I can handle, with another one thrown in occasionally. So I enjoy the whip parades, but I need to limit, after this, I need to limit how many I watch. Now, that being said, Christine over at Stitchin in Borough, she's doing her whip parade again, and she actually has to do them in a series because she has so many whips. I think, was it 100, Christine? Maybe a little bit more than that. And but they're all just beautiful, beautiful pieces, and she keeps adding more. I hope one of her children or one of her relatives cross stitches as well, because while I want her to live to be 100 and something years old and finish all of her stuff before she goes, there's quite a few in there, and she's like me, she likes her full coverage. So yeah, but you can check out Christine as well. The next one is Stitch Bead. Her name is Audrey. Now, I caught a stitch with me that she was doing that's a sampler, and I'm not real big on samplers. I have done a couple, but it was just, I got caught up in the stitch with me because I was watching what she was doing, but I was listening to her. And she's got a very calm, very nice speaking voice. I know it's probably weird to say, but I have watched some YouTubers that their content is great, but it's hard to listen to them speak. And I mean, people might feel the same way about me. I'm not trying to criticize, because people speak the way they speak, and it's not their fault, really, how they speak. It's how they learn. I just have an issue with it. Other people, of course, don't, because they've got like thousands of followers, so there's that. But anyway, Stitch bead, her name is Audrey. She was fun, and I'm going to look at other videos that she's done to see what else she's got going on. But the Stitch With Me was worth watching, and the sampler is beautiful. I mean, it is, and I applaud people who do samplers, because some of them are absolutely gorgeous. That being said, there is one by Jake. There's several by Jacob I'd like to start working on. Thank you to Brom and Morty for that, because they've done several by Jacob DeGraff from Modern Folk Embroidery, and I keep seeing them. Oh, and they're not the only ones. Darcy's got one, at least one. There's several other people that I have seen that are doing Modern Folk Embroidery samplers. And yeah, I enjoy Jacob's stuff. The next one is Primary Stitches. Can't read. That's the storm. I don't know if you can hear it. We have trees around our house, and some of them are very, very tall, but they're all pretty old. Anyway, East Texas itself has been experiencing storms coming through. I mean, they come through, they dump rain, they move on, and then another one comes along, dumps rain, and moves on, and another one comes along. I think they're going around in a circle myself, but there's another storm moving in. And I have the fan over here, so maybe you don't hear but it's raining. The wind is blowing, and trees are shaking their leaves and everything, their limbs, and it's raining. The yard is saturated. We're going to end up with a swamp. But hey, at least the crickets and the frogs are happy. Primary Stitches. Sarah. Another Sarah. She was doing a whip parade. I cannot tell you everything she had on this whip parade, but I have a notepad and I was writing down stuff. I'm like, oh my God. I had to do this with Christine too. At least with Christine, a lot of what she was doing I could find on like Charting Creations, and there's some artsy pieces that I want. But anyway, Primary Stitches, Sarah, Whip Parade. Go check that out. Go check her out. I will be looking at some of her other videos and looking forward to the next one she does. And Aussie and Kiwi Go Traveling. Now, I don't know if she's Aussie and Kiwi. I only saw one woman. Her name is Judy. Julie. Not sure which one, because I had a hard time hearing her. My ear was stopped up at the time that I was watching this video. She was doing a mini whip parade, just showing what she was working on while she was traveling. And considering that I'm doing the virtual challenge for the New South Wales coast, it was interesting to see her traveling around and talking and showing these different things. And I'm definitely going to go back and look at some other stuff she's been doing. Then there was Stitching with Carol. Stitching with Carol. I cannot spell. I cannot read. She's doing slow stitching. I don't know, for those of you, I've been looking at the Sashiko from the green wrapper, and then she's doing slow stitching, which is something I have wanted to do, and I don't know if it was the Stitchy Cat Lady or Mary from Mary's Stitching Corner, I think it was. One of those, maybe both of those. Morty, can you help me? Or ladies, if you're watching. One of those ladies was doing slow stitching too. and I had watched their video first and got interested in it, and now I have found someone else who's doing it and who actually has a channel that's based on slow stitching, and so I'm going to go back and watch her videos. She was doing, that's all she was doing was just this slow stitching. She got out some scrap pieces of fabric, she started putting them together, she started I don't know, this would be a good thing for me to do when I don't want to work on my cross stitching and I don't want to crochet. I'm just looking for something simple and not necessarily mindless, but you know, something that would help me to relax without too much pressure. And slow stitching, Shishiko even, they may be the answer that I'm looking for. So we'll see. The last one on my list is Cross Stitch Meadow. This is an Etsy shop, and Cross Stitch Meadow is an Etsy shop. This YouTube channel is owned and run by the head designer and owner of Cross Stitch Meadow, Chris. And the video that I saw was called Garden Friends. It's one of his designs, and he was stitching on it. And it was interesting, so I actually went over to his Etsy shop and looked at some things. And he's a watercolorist and something else. And so a lot of his pieces are like watercolors and that tone of art. And some of the pieces I really liked, and I will probably eventually get the charts for him. He also has how-to videos on his tools and what he calls floss packs and things like that. So those are interesting. I'm hoping to see more from him as far as his own stitching goes, but we'll see. But those are the shout outs that I have for this week, and that's it. So if you're here to the end, I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you guys next week for another video. If I don't do, I won't do one until next week. So I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye!